This story is called How to Flip a Coin. This is a story about the best class that I ever took in my life. It was at UCLA. The class was actually in the engineering department, but it wasn't an engineering class. It was a class open to all students. It was called Decision Making. Decision Making. That was the name of the course. And the course had a lot of buzz on campus. People thought, this was a really good course. People were encouraging their friends to take the course. I had heard about this course from someone else. So here I am in this class. There's about maybe 15 or 20 students in the class. And the professor comes out, and he's like a total nerd. I mean, he looked like Dilbert from the comic strip Dilbert without the tie. But he had the glasses, he had the haircut, he had the body posture, he had the pens in his pocket. Total nerd. And in Los Angeles, you don't know if you haven't been there, Los Angeles is a city of beautiful people. And the vast majority of students at UCLA were the offspring of beautiful people who had migrated to LA because that's where beautiful people live. So the class is filled with beautiful people. And I'm thinking to myself, they're probably thinking this guy's a loser because he's such a nerd. That's what I thought. But as the course went on, everyone in the class, including these beautiful people, became committed to this guy. We love this guy, and we wanted nothing but the best for him. This is what he taught us. He had developed this algorithm, we'll call it an algorithm, on how to make a decision. Let me give you an example. Let's say that it's time for you to buy a new car, and you have to choose between a Toyota and a Honda. You're going to decide which car you're going to pick. His algorithm said what you need to do is on one sheet of paper, you need to write down every aspect of a car which is important to you. For example, price, gas mileage, maintenance cost, resale cost, and anything that is relevant to you, stereo system, anything that you're concerned about in a car, you write it down. He said when he did it, he had 36 different categories that he was comparing. And then you assign a value to each category depending on how important it is to you. For example, if price is the most important, then you would give that a 10 out of 10. If gas mileage was not important to you, you would give gas mileage a 2 out of 10. So you've done your characteristics, you've given them your weight, and now you go through each car, the Toyota and the Honda, and you give them a number between 1 and 10 on how well they match that characteristic. So if it's price, and if the Honda is priced better than the Toyota, you give the Honda an 8, the Toyota a 6. Okay, and you do that all the way down the sheet. And at the end, use this formula that I can't explain, and it will give you a number between 1 and 10 assigned to each one of the choices. So the numbers always came out to be between 5 and 6, which is interesting because there was never a 10, there was never an 8. We did this example over and over again. And whatever it will come out with, whoever had the highest score, that will be the car that you choose. And he said, if you don't like the results, if it turns out that the Honda was the winner and you really wanted a Toyota, he said, go back and massage the numbers differently so that it would end up giving you the choice you wanted. Basically, it was a way to help you make an informed decision. That was the majority of the course. He also had other tips for decision making besides that. And one of those tips was flipping a coin. For example, if you have a quarter in your hand and you want to choose between the Honda and the Toyota, you're going to say, I'm going to flip this coin. Heads is Honda, tails is Toyota, completely ignoring the other algorithm. This is one flip of the coin. He said, however, there's a special way to flip a coin when you're making a decision like this. Here's what he said. When you flip the coin, it goes up in the air. When it reaches its apex, at that point, you, the person to flip the coin, has to do a gut check. Okay, a gut check, meaning that when the coin hits the apex, you say to yourself, which car do I really want? Honda. Okay, so it triggers you to express what you really want. You really want Honda, and then the coin falls. It doesn't matter whether it's heads or tails. That's not the point. The point is whatever choice that you made when that coin hit its apex, that's the one to go with, because that's your real instinct, and that's how to flip a coin. Don't forget to read my book, Broccoli Time by Dante Allen, Available now on Amazon Books.